Hey there, everyone. Here we are, lesson number 9. I see nothing as it is now. Now, that actually makes sense in light of the last two, which it says basically the forms I see are only from the past, and the thoughts that I think are only about the past. The implication is, therefore, that's being a smokescreen so that I can't see how anything is right now. I'm all preoccupied with my past. So we are very clear. This will make no sense to you that you will not understand it. Because if you did understand it, once again, you wouldn't need to be doing this. So it says it's very difficult for the untrained mind, that would be us, to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. However, this is where we meet up with the quantum physics people who say that reality is formless, it has many properties, but that what we see and experience and what makes up our world happens, you might say, in our own minds. That's why there is no objective world. We'll get to this quite a far distance from now, because each one of us live in a world, quote unquote, that's specific to us because it's our thoughts, our forms. Everything else is what we see. It also implies that there's something else here for us to see. And different people or different theories or different practices will use different words, like there is a veil in the way, there's a wall in the way, there's a drape in the way, there's a block in the way. And the course in this particular lesson talks about debris in our minds. So the thought that comes into my mind is like hoarders, where the houses are so filled with stuff that you have no idea what the house actually looks like. So this is, you might say, we're hoarders of past ideas and past thoughts, although we haven't realized that's what they were. And so we're now asked to let go of all of the stuff that's stacked up in our house so we can finally see what this house actually looks like. You can't even recognize it when it's all stacked up with stuff like this. So the lessons that we're asked to do today are the usual 3 or 4, a minute or 2. And again, you just look around you and apply this idea indiscriminately. That is always the key. Don't make some things more or less important than others. So you're just going to look and say, I don't see this typewriter as it is now. I don't see this wall as it is now. I don't see this foot as it is now. And you start with these things close to you, depending, again, whether you're outside in an office building, in your house, or whatever. And then you look further away, whether that's further down the hall, out the window, down the block, whatever it is. But the important part is just whatever your eyes alight on. Whether you think they're important or unimportant is entirely beside the point. Include anything that you happen to see. And make sure that you're honest with this and that you're not avoiding something that you think is really, really important to you for applying this lesson to. So, I do not see anything as it is now. I see nothing as it is now. Now, always the good news promise is there is something here. I'm just not seeing it in its reality. Well, that's very exciting to think, you mean there's a reality here right as I live and breathe, and I just haven't had access to it because of all my hoarding? And the answer is yes, that's right. So we're going to get rid of what we have hoarded and kept and paid attention to that's in the way. Alrighty, I hope that you practice. Forget about trying to understand. This is not about understanding. Just put your attention on the words as you look around. I see nothing as it is now. It's very exciting. Something else is possible. See you tomorrow.